More news today pertaining to Clinton's server. A Romanian hacker who's credited with uncovering Clinton's private email address pled guilty this morning to federal computer hacking crimes. Marcel Lazar, who used the online name Guccifer, was charged with unauthorized access to protect computers and identity theft of 100 Americans, including members of the Bush family and General Colin Powell. Joining us now from Washington, CBS News Justice reporter Paula Reed. Paula, the charges against Guccifer don't stem directly from the investigation into Clinton's private email server, but he claims to have breached her server while he was Secretary of State. What can you tell us about those claims?
Rena, today's federal plea deal does come amid these claims that he breached Clinton's server. But today in court, we did not hear anything about Clinton's server or any evidence that he did indeed breach that server. Today's plea, he pled guilty to 2 charges, one of unauthorized access to a protected computer and another charge of aggravated identity theft. He faces up to 7 years in prison. Those are related to his unauthorized access of emails of 100 Americans, including, as you said, members of the Bush family and Colin Powell, among other high-profile people. Now, as for the Clinton investigation, in the plea deal, I have it right here, it specifically says that his federal plea agreement is not conditioned upon charges being brought against any individual, nor is it conditioned upon the outcome in any pending investigation. So based on what we have here, what was filed in court today, there is no indication that this plea deal has anything to do with his claims that he breached former Secretary Clinton's server.
So, Paula, why is it that he keeps making these claims while he's in jail and that the feds continue to believe him? Is there something really there?
Well, we don't know if the feds actually believe his claim about Hillary Clinton's server. Now, certainly this is a man who wanted to become famous, if not notorious, for his hacking. One thing we know about Guccifer is that he loved to share the fruits of his labor, and anything that he found in the Bush family emails or Colin Powell's email, he was quick to run to websites and share his information. He wanted to be known, which is what makes it harder to believe his claims about Hillary Clinton's server. He's never provided any proof that he actually breached the server. One source said to me that, this is a guy whose primary power came from being a hacker. That's how he got a lot of his attention. That's how he got his power. Now that he's behind bars, he doesn't have his computer, but he does enjoy media attention. He's given a lot of interviews, and few things get as much attention as claims about Hillary Clinton's server.
And Guccifer is a self-professed name, right? He likes it because he enjoys Gucci and the light of Lucifer?
Yes, as in interviews, he has said that the name derives from the style, quote unquote, of Gucci and also the light, quote unquote, of Lucifer. So it is one of the names that he went by. He had several different pseudonyms that he used when he was hacking. Eventually, the government put it together and realized that they were all the same person.
Okay, and he wasn't wearing Gucci, we should say, at the jailhouse. The courtroom today was a green Alexandria inmate suit that you sent out via email to the rest of us folks. Just want to clarify that in case anyone's wondering. But what was really troubling about Guccifer to me, you said that he has no formal computer training. He was able to hack these systems with only a high school education.
That's such a great point. And justice officials really hammer home the fact that you don't need a lot of training to do an incredible amount of damage. This is someone, as you said, no formal training, a high school education, not some sophisticated hacker. And yet he was able, with persistence and determination, to hack the accounts of many high-profile Americans. So again, it underscores it's not that difficult to get into these accounts. And as we learned from this scathing 83-page report from the State Department, some of the agencies here in the U.S. are not taking proper precautions to protect against vulnerabilities.
Yeah, and while I have you, I want to turn actually to the audits that were released today for Hillary Clinton mishandling emails there and digital communications. This isn't good for her, clearly. But what implications could this have for the current investigation into her private server?
The report itself has very few details about those 22 so-called top secret emails that are really at the heart of the FBI's ongoing investigation. Former Secretary Clinton's use of a private server has given rise to so many investigations. This internal audit. Then separately, you have the FBI's ongoing criminal investigation. And separate from that, you have dozens of ongoing civil lawsuits seeking emails that may or may not have been released. So there's so many different investigations. Again, the most significant one is that FBI criminal investigation. And we didn't get a lot of new details from this report about that. Most of the fallout here from this report is political. The optics are not good, as the report is highly critical of her use of a private email server. But again, there's no indication here, no new evidence of criminal wrongdoing. We had a briefing with the head of the FBI just a week or so ago, and he said he's keeping tabs on it, but would not commit to any timeline, Rena.
Okay, Paula Reed in Washington. Paula, thank you for weighing in.